So as promised, I am back with some more Titanfall gameplay. Now in my previous video, I was using the Rifleman pilot loadout. So in this video, I thought I would show you guys the Assassin pilot loadout. Now as you can see, there are three main loadouts you get at the start of the game. You have Rifleman, Assassin, and CQB. And then slowly, as you level up, you can unlock more custom slots, allowing you to personalize and start experimenting with your own style pilot. Now just like all the pilot loadouts in the game, the Assassin class carries three main weapons. You have a primary weapon, an anti-Titan weapon, and a sidearm. Now at first glance, you may think the Assassin class looks a little bit underpowered because you're carrying two pistols. Your primary weapon is still just a pistol. So in comparison to the Rifleman class where you've got a pistol and then a fully automatic carbine as your primary, it may feel a little bit underpowered. Now of course, as the game goes on, you progress and unlock more primary weapons, and for the Assassin class that does include sniper rifles. But to begin with, the Mark 5K Smart Pistol is still a great piece of kit. Now what makes this weapon so effective is its ability to do this. You can lock onto multiple targets at once, pull the trigger just once, and it will take down all the targets at the same time, firing the weapon as many times as necessary. As you can see, headshots times 3, enemy kills times 3. So at very close range, this weapon is very effective at taking out multiple targets. Now with this weapon, you can still aim and fire manually, which if you see an enemy player and he's aware of your presence, is always going to be the better thing to do. The lock-on system only really works if enemy players are unaware of your presence, which is exactly how the Assassin class is meant to be used. With a tactical ability of an invisibility cloak, which you can then use and then recharge and use again throughout a match, this allows you to be undetected, especially by Titans, which on a map of this kind of size with lots of open space is always very useful. Now as well as your tactical ability, you also have an ordnance slot which allows you to carry one type of grenade. Now for the Assassin class, this is the frag grenade, so it's a single anti-personnel grenade, very similar to the frag grenades we see in Battlefield 4. Underneath this we have two kit options. Now for the Assassin class, the first is a power cell, which allows your pilot to recharge their tactical ability much quicker. So in this case it allows you to recharge and use your stealth cloak much more often, making you a lot more effective on the battlefield. Now the final piece of kit for the Assassin class is called Minion Detector, and this allows you to see all grunts and spectres on the minimap all at the time, which of course gives you two clear advantages. The first, you can see those guys on the map and go and take them out with relative ease, but it also means if you hear gunfire or somebody moving around very close to you and you can't see teammates or enemy spectres or grunts on the map, that must mean there's an enemy player very close by, so it does give you a real tactical advantage when moving around the map. Now the game mode we're playing here is called Hardpoint, and I did mention this in my previous video. If you haven't had a chance to check it out yet, I will leave that linked in the description below. There's a chance for you guys to win some really cool Titanfall prizes in that video, so don't forget to check it out. And as I did mention in that video, this game mode is very similar to Domination in Battlefield 4. As you can see, we have an A, a B, and a C flag, and you have to move around the map and capture and hold as many of these flags for as long as possible. And the more flags you capture and the longer you hold them for, the quicker the enemy tickets burn down. Now I found for this game mode, the Assassin class is probably the best class to use because of course you can move between those objectives very quickly, most of the time undetected if you're using your invisibility cloak, and if you are either attacking or defending the objective at very close quarters, that's where the lock-on system of this pistol comes in most effective. Of course, at long range you can't lock onto enemy players, so using your invisibility cloak, as you can see here, I move into a close quarters area, turn on the cloak, and the guy here wasn't even aware of my presence. Take him out very, very easily. Now this class is actually very useful for defending and attacking objectives. Of course, if you're attacking them, as I just did, you go invisible, you sneak into the area, and you can take out guys before they even know you're there. But also, if you're defending an objective, enemy players may move in 1 or 2 players at a time, and they may be hanging around, standing still while trying to cap a flag. That gives you ample time and perfect opportunity to use this pistol's lock-on capability. Drop all of those players all at once and keep your flag very safe. So for this kind of defense and attack game mode, the Assassin class is the perfect layout. Now just before I go, I want to remind you guys, if you do want to have a chance to win yourself either a Xbox One Titanfall controller, a Titanfall t-shirt, or a Titanfall USB stick, don't forget to hit like on the video. It does help me out a lot and it does give you a chance to win those cool prizes. And in the comments below, I want to hear from you. Which other things do you want to see me talk about this game next? I do have my part 2 of my first impressions coming up tomorrow. We're going to look at the idea of 6v6 as enough players in the game, weapon recoil, and the training system. So do stay tuned for that as well. I do have a lot more Titanfall coming up very soon. But in the meantime, guys, thank you for watching and I'll see you soon.